Groovy, motherfucker. What's going on? Can't hear you, dude. Can't hear you.
Because I was muted.
Nice job.
How's it going?
Who the fuck said to mute yourself, bro?
I don't know. Your picture was perfect until you actually went live, and then it got crappy. It was fine when you went live. I don't know what it is.
I don't know either, bro.
So how goes it? We just got done. By the way, I can see the chat here now, which I couldn't see last night. So, hey, Two Gun, I see ya.
I was gonna say, you mean last week?
Last week, yeah.
Go way out there. Go. Like, fucking tiny ass room. This is where they want to fucking play.
So we just got done watching The Thing on Discord.
Yes, sir. John Carpenter.
Enjoyed it,
baby.
Oh yeah.
I'm just a regular fan.
Yeah, I only got 3 copies. I got 2 copies of them. I don't. Is that a DVD?
Yeah.
I don't have a DVD, but I have the other 2.
Yeah, Blu-ray. I'm surprised Scream Factory hasn't done a 4K on this, honestly.
Well,
probably, maybe.
Maybe they don't have the rights to it, though, because Universal put one out. If they do, I hope they do a better transfer than a Universal one, which wasn't very good.
I wouldn't say it wasn't very good. I thought it was good.
Wasn't too good. I think the Blu-ray, I think the Shout Factory might actually be better.
I don't know about that. I remember when you watched it, you told me you thought it was good. Why are you hating on it now?
I think it's not as good as Shout. Shout's nicer.
I don't know. It's a 2K scan of the inner positive, but this is supervised by Dean Cundy, so yeah, I mean,
what does he know?
I'd have to put them side by side. I think this is probably a little bit better, but I don't think this is bad by any means. I think this looks really good. So, and you can usually get this right now for $10. So don't let Scarpad says sway.
I think you can get the Shout Factory one for about $10 too.
No, not right now. Last year you could, which I kept telling you. So
I think the Shout Factory might have more features on it.
Yeah, for sure. It has a whole second.
Doesn't it have it has the TV cut too, doesn't it?
No. Wait. No. That's the Halloween 2. This just has a whole second disc that's filled with special features.
Yeah, I thought Didn't it have some sort of truncated version or something on there, if I remember correctly?
Oh wait, let's see. What is this? Network TV broadcast version of the thing.
Right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
never saw that. Yeah, because I've never, as long as I've had this, I've never actually watched my Blu-ray of this. I don't think.
Yeah, the network version, because obviously they had to edit out a lot of the gore,
Yeah.
has extra scenes in it because they made it 3 hours long.
Right.
So it's got extra stuff that's not in the original movie.
Just like they do with Halloween too.
Right.
Yeah, I love when they add the TV cuts on here. Huh, that's interesting. I didn't know that was on here. I'm gonna
I'll have to watch a TV cut at some point.
I was gonna say me too. It does. I wonder how long it is.
Well, if it was 3 hours on TV, it's probably about 2 hours and 15 minutes minus commercials.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's definitely. I mean, this is a great Blu-ray. I mean, honestly, I was debating on buying a second copy of this last Black Friday because it was $10, and a Scream Factory Blu-ray for $10. That's a great deal. That's a great, especially when it's the thing, not just some piece of shit movie.
Yeah, you can get those on eBay pretty cheap.
Yeah, but yeah, you could definitely get. I know you can get this right now for $10 for sure, and it does have Terror Takes Shape documentary and feature commentary and outtakes, so it's not bad, and it comes with digital code and Blu-ray. So this is not a bad release for $10. This is just a better one. I hope fucking Scream Factory does a 4K one day. But the main reason why I have the DVD is because the commentary that is on these two, it's cut. It's a cut. These two have the cut up version.
Right.
This is like the raw commentary.
Yeah, see, a lot of the original DVDs had the commentaries ported over from the laser discs.
Yeah.
Laser discs always had commentaries, and then when they went to Blu-ray, they redid them.
Oh, okay. Did you ever get into laser discs at all?
Oh yeah, I had tons of laser discs.
Did you? You got rid of them though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Or do you still have a couple?
I have a couple of Two Guns sent me, but no, I got rid of most of them, which is too bad. I really liked it.
Yeah, well, nobody knew that shit was gonna be busted.
Yeah, right now it'd be tough to play them because a lot of the players are like falling apart. Actually, if somebody wants a real good Cyber Monday, Black Friday deal, right now on Amazon, if you're looking for a 4K player, they got the Panasonic 820, which is the one I have back here. That's a great. It's got HDR, it's got Dolby Vision, it's 4K, and it's like I think it's $349 right now, and it's normally like almost $500. So that's a great deal.
Wow, really?
That's a really good player.
Really? Yeah, I think I got I think the one I got was like a $300 player. I think it's an LG. I think it was like a 300, 350, and I got it on sale for like $200 around Black Friday a few years back. It's a great. I've had no issues with it. I think it's a great player, but I'm sure yours might be a little bit better if it was a $500 player.
Yeah, I'd recommend to people probably if they could afford it at some point, buy one and just leave it in a box and have it as a backup because they're making less and less of them now. So,
Real 4K players.
Right.
Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's only 3 people doing them now. I think the only people still doing them is LG, Panasonic, and Samsung. That's it.
I didn't even know Samsung did it. I never thought about that, but yeah, I've only seen LG and Panasonic.
And Sony was doing them. I think Sony still might be doing them, but yeah,
they're hard to find. I always used to hear Sony's weren't good though.
Sony's all right. Okay.
Yeah, I would love if I had the money. I would snag one just to throw it to the side because 4K is. I love having 4Ks. And it's always nice to. That's the thing. You get 4Ks, and now they're starting to just put only a 4K disc. And if I don't have a 4K player in every room, and I'm watching something in the living room, and I only have a 4K player in the basement, I'm like, fuck. Well, nah. I'm either gonna go in the basement or I'm gonna wait to watch it. You know what I mean? sometimes that definitely sucks.
Yeah, I got all those PS5s, so I got someplace everywhere.
Yeah, you definitely have no issue whatsoever.
I got a few PS5s.
Yeah, I keep both my systems in here, so that's where and I don't have I have a monitor, but it's not like a 4K monitor. It's just a 1080p, so that I'm not getting that full 4K. I can watch the movie, but I'm not. That's another thing where I feel a little cheated, where I'm like, yeah, I can watch it, but I'm not getting the full. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
But yeah, man. I was looking to see if there's much horror news, man, and not too much really. Everything I kind of spoke on last time. Um, can you think of anything that any horror stuff that's come out? You think?
Other than like Nosferatu and werewolves, that was about the only thing I know it's
Well, I
coming.
know NECA did just announce an awesome Krampus figure, and they're doing the Krampus, and then they're doing like the little Jack in the Box guy. I fucking love Krampus.
Yeah, the Krampus one's like $100. It's expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
No. What the fuck is going on with NECA? Is it a
Well,
bigger
it's
figure?
big. It's like 12 inches. It's huge.
Oh yeah, I just want I want the regular like ultimate collector's one, like that comes in those boxes that we always get.
Yeah,
They're
I'll probably do one of those eventually.
$40. That's crazy. Well, and also Joe Bob will be doing a Christmas special in December, of course, and this December we're getting a Friday the 13th in December, which is fucking sweet. So that's when he'll be doing his Joe Bob Christmas special. So that'll be fun. I'm sure.
I hope it's better than the Halloween one.
No, the Halloween one was good. What are you talking?
I didn't like it. That's the one. That's one where she's in the closet with all the people dancing. I thought that was horrible.
I don't. Well, I'm talking the movie. See, Satan's Little Helper is a great movie.
Oh, the movies are good, but his segments were poor in that thing. It was terrible.
Was it Darcy or him?
Both of them. I mean, yeah, he was. They didn't do much with him. It was all her. It was terrible.
I wonder if he was like sick or something.
No, I think he's just trying to,
be a little goofy.
Yeah, I mean, I just like the old ones. The old Monster Visions were just him,
Me too. I'm not that like Darcy was fine at first when she would just be on the computer and like she
should be the mail girl. Come in, read the mail, and get the fuck out of here.
Now she's always sitting next to him,
right,
or like across from him. It didn't. Oh, I don't know what happened. I don't know if like the fans like begged for it. I don't know what, or because if he's getting older and he like wants her to join in. But she used to just be off to the corner on the computer, like on Twitter, like talking to people the whole time. They would kind of flash to her and they would ask her a question here and there. That was fine. Like you said, like that was more of the old school feel, like the male girl. That's what she's supposed to be.
Right.
She's not like his co-host. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Obviously, you do it for the ratings. She has a certain following.
I guess I don't. I'm not a part of that following. But I think I mentioned it. Shudder has a new documentary. Oh, speaking of that, though, but the J-horror virus, which is about, the Japanese horror phenomenon that was going on, like once the Ringu came out and all the grudges. Get out of there. That was a fucking great documentary, man. And speaking of documentaries, fucking In Search of Darkness, the 90s, 1990 to 94, the digital code was released. If you were a backer, which your boy was, Scarpad was as well, they sent your digital code.
Yeah, I didn't check to see if my name's there, but I think it is.
It is. I saw it.
Okay.
It's there. David Scarpad Scarpa. I saw it, motherfucker.
Yeah, that fucking thing cost me a lot of money this week.
I bet.
I've only watched the first 3 hours. I think I've already dropped $200.
6 hours, man. 6 beautiful hours, man. And me and my brother Evan, the second I fucking got it, I threw it on, man. And I fucking watched all 6 hours. I couldn't. I loved it, man. I can't wait for part 2. Dude, they just never disappoint, man. I'm so bummed, man, that I didn't add, because at the end, you know how they were asking for video clips? I fucking didn't get a chance because I was working that week. I wish
Yeah, I didn't do that either.
Yeah, maybe I'll try. I'm gonna hopefully they do it for the next one. They had like 20 videos, so but I'm sure there was a lot of people that sent in. You know what I mean? So it wasn't a guarantee you were gonna get in there, but I mean, I'm gonna try for the next one. But yeah, totally worth it. And right now they have a sale. I don't think they're selling the 90s, but they are. They have some sale where you can buy Aliens documentary.
It's not much of a sale.
Yeah, it's $70 for just the fucking disc, but it's like 35% off, so it comes out to like $50, which it's okay, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna wait till they're like 25. I'm gonna hopefully around when part 2 of the 90s doc comes out, I'll be able to get that. Pumpkinhead 4K steelbook releasing. That steelbook's been out for a long time, unless they're doing a new one. Let me see.
I don't know.
Is it this one too, Gun? Why are you telling me this now? It's this one. This has been out for a while. This used to be a Best Buy exclusive, and maybe because Best Buy got shut down, Scream Factory's trying to re-release it so that they can get, be able to sell it again. That's the only thing I can think.
Right.
But yeah, man, highly recommend that documentary. And if you did purchase it, check your email because the digital code is in your email or the link or whatever. And the Creep tapes. I think episode 4 came out. I gotta watch that.
I was gonna say I'm downloading it now, so if you want to pop over to Discord after the show, we'll watch it.
All right. Oh, it looks like they added Dead Calm to Shudder too. That's cool.
And maybe Joe Bob will do that one.
That would be cool. See, I think he did rare exports. So if you notice too, I feel sometimes they add the movies before he does a show, but a lot of times it'll be after because I think it'll spoil it sometimes. Yeah, he said that. That's the one.
Yeah, that's the same 4K steelbook that was out before.
Yeah.
In region 2,
yeah,
I have that one.
Debating on getting that Silent Night, Deadly Night 4K. That's a fun one, but I don't know. Big main reason why I was debating on it because I have the slipcover for 2, but I don't have it for 1. And if I bought that, I'd get the slipcover for 1, obviously. But we'll see. Probably not. I don't know if a movie like that really needs.
Didn't Vestron release those originally?
No, Scream Factory.
Oh, Scream Factory.
That was 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, that was 3, 4, and 5. That's right. Yeah.
1 and 2 was Scream Factory. So yes, that's really it, I guess. And as always, man, go get some fucking Blu-rays and some 4Ks because Amazon and there's a lot of great sales going on. Kino has one of the best sales, I'd probably say.
Yeah, there's my Black Friday, my show and tell stacks.
Yeah. I got like 2 movies.
We have to go through them fast.
Yeah, I never saw that Rare Exports. I'll have to check it out. I remember you were saying that was good. No fucking way. You gotta fucking tell them, man. That's ridiculous. That makes no sense. If not, I can always send you the digital code. But I would just email them one more time and say, show your order number and be like, I didn't fucking get it. Like, can you fucking just send it to me? This is ridiculous. This is the second time I've reached out,
I wonder if they're going to do a new box, a new outer box to hold them all.
Well, I feel like if they did, they would probably put it out when part 2 comes out. But
right.
Yeah, I would get it. I would definitely get it. But I'm sure it would be. I wonder, would it be?
This time, however, make it big enough so the slips fit better.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder, would it be for all of them, or would it be just for the 90s? I would probably just want it for the 90s.
I wouldn't mind it for all of them as long as it fit with the slips on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's wicked tight with the slips on those.
Yeah, I know. I gotta let like one of them kind of peek out because I'm scared I won't ever get them out if I push it all the way in.
Yeah.
I was like, if I was like, this.
So she said.
Yeah, right. I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm not gonna just let the slip covers just sit around and I don't have they didn't do a slip cover for one, so it's like, if I had a slip cover for one, I don't think they'd be able to fit. So I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with that. But yeah, so John Carpenter's the thing, man. Fucking John Carpenter, dude, is probably my all-time favorite horror director of all time, dude. Like, I love his work. I love Tobe Hooper, Wes Craven, all those guys, but Michael Myers, man, has always been my favorite. I love The Thing.
Well, Carpenter, I think, is the most consistent.
I definitely would say he's the most consistent. I would probably say maybe Wes Craven would be second.
Yeah. Tobe Hooper would be dead last.
Really fucking hitter. He was really hit or miss.
Depending on how much of the cocaine he was on that particular week.
That guy was cocaine is a hell of a drug, you know. But
well, John Carpenter makes my almost my favorite movie, which is Escape from New York. That's my favorite film of his.
And I feel like he was the most versatile, you know. He was the most versatile, where, you know, he did The Thing, which is almost like a sci-fi horror.
Elvis, Big Trouble in Little China is almost like a comedy.
Yeah. That was like a samurai action.
We would talk about the other one I never saw, which is, and I've seen it, Memoirs of an Invisible Man with Chevy Chase.
Yeah, right.
Man, fantastic film. I mean, he has so many good movies.
Yeah, you know what's funny too about that Invisible Man, or the Invisible Memoirs? Chevy was trying to play that straight, and John Carpenter kind of fought with him, and they were butting heads, I guess, a lot on.
And the studio too. The studio wanted to inject more comedy into it.
Yeah, and he wanted to play it really straight, you know. And I always thought it was like, bro, you're Chevy Chase. What the fuck do you think? Like,
they all went through it. Fucking, you know. Jim Carrey went through it, and they all went through it and had to be do a serious movie.
Certain movies,
fucking,
you know what I mean?
Murray went through it.
Like, oh, for sure, but it's like for certain movies, you gotta see. It's like you ain't getting no fucking Academy Award. Like, did you read the script? You know what I mean? It was meant to be a comedy. Right. You know, it's supposed to be a funner, lighter version of, you know, The Invisible Man. But I don't know, maybe he was a big fan of the Claude Rains one, so he was trying to kind of, you know, like, I don't want to kind of tarnish it and be funny. I want to take this serious. So if it was like that, I could really.
Yeah, well, I mean, Chevy Chase also had a rep. He was a bit of a dick. So he better have with a lot of directors.
Yeah. But dude, John Carpenter, man, has just done so much. It's so hard sometimes. I usually fall on The Thing being my favorite, but on the day I might say on a different day I might say Halloween. I might say Big Trouble. If I just watched Big Trouble in Little China, I might say Big Trouble in Little China.
The Fog.
Escape from New York. What was that?
The Fog.
Fog. I almost forgot the fucking Fog, dude. And that's one of my all-time favorites as well. I mean, his top five movies for me are probably like my top 5 favorites of all time. Like, just add Army of Darkness in there, dude. Like, his filmography is so fucking impressive. And like I said, like, it's just.
And you left another one out. They Live.
They Live, yes, dude. Like, dude, he's just fucking incredible. And he was always loved to do those dark endings too, which is always my favorite.
The ending thing is great.
He has such great dark endings, man, where I hate those happy endings. And he was the reason why, like, I hated happy endings, because he always did great bleak endings, you know? And he's like, everything ain't a happy ending, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the ending of Escape from New York is a bleak ending. And I just love that movie.
I love that movie as well. And, dude, you got to just commend the guy, because he would fucking, I mean, you know, he would write the scripts on some, not always, but most of the time He was directing. He'd bring in a lot of the
No.
same guys, but he would do the
And the other thing that you're
music.
the other thing you're sleeping on is the fact that he did the music for most of these movies.
That's
The
what I
music was fantastic too.
if you listen, I literally just said it right before. The music, I was gonna say.
I mean, the music. I love Escape from New York. I got the soundtrack. That's like one of my favorite scores from him.
God, dude, every score he does is incredible. But I think Escape from New York and
Christine
and Halloween.
Evans just had Christine.
Yes, Christine. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm almost. This is my favorite guy, and it's like I'm talking about.
Sometimes They Come Back was a good one.
One of my favorites too. Sometimes They Come Back, isn't it? The hits just keep coming. Yes, Two Gun. Yes, Christine, dude, is one of my, and that's John Carpenter and Stephen King. Y'all know how much I love Stephen King. So my two favorite guys to come, and that movie should have never worked. Christine should have never worked. Nobody could do that but John Carpenter. Like nobody. Like when the fucking when the main guy's like when he's standing in front of the car after it's gotten beat to shit, and he's like, show me. And the lights flash, and just the music, it's like, or whatever that fucking sound is. I did it terribly just now. Dude, just he just, he's still doing music to this day. He's still, if you guys.
Yes, I have some of his albums. Yeah.
I was gonna say, what are not the Lost Sounds? What the fuck are they called? I have them all on Apple, but he's got like 3 versions, and he works with his son because he came back, and obviously, if you guys know, he came back and worked on the Halloween theme and revamped it with him and his son for the recent Blumhouse trilogy, Lost Themes. That's what it is. Oh, he just released Lost Themes 4, Noir. Oh,
yeah, I have a couple of his.
That just came out, Scarpad, 2024. Yeah. He just dropped that. May 3rd, but I didn't even know that. Yeah, I gotta listen to that. Yeah, I mean the dude just kills it, man. They just don't like. The only one I like, Damien Leone, kind of like reminds me of him in ways.
He doesn't have enough under his belt yet, but
he doesn't do his own. Well, he's very early in his career. I'm saying though, like Damien Leone. He writes the script. He directs the movie. He works on the cinematography. He does the practical effects.
And even his lesser movies, talk about like Assault on Precinct 13, Dark Star, Ghost of Mars.
I love Ghost of Mars. People always hate on Ghost of Mars. I love
Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Darkness. Yes. That's one of my I fucking love.
Another great movie I have. Maybe we should watch this one on Discord because I haven't seen it in a long time. Black Moon Rising with Tommy Lee Jones. Have you ever seen that?
Black Moon Rising. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones and what's her face from Halloween.
Black Moon Rising.
Yeah, Black Moon Rising.
Huh.
Some of these he wrote and stuff, but
yeah. Huh. Black Moon Rising. Who did that?
John Carpenter.
No, he didn't.
He did I think he wrote it. Hold on.
I was gonna say he didn't direct it.
He wrote it.
Okay. Oh, he also did that. He also did that Body Bags too.
Yeah. And that's a good movie, Black Moon Rising. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Hey, what the fuck, bro? Fucking ripping on my fucking sock, dumbass.
Lakeshore sucks. Vampires, another one coming out in 4K soon.
Yeah, that just got, and that has a dope ass cover coming. Fuck it. Get out of here. Get fucking any all the fucking toys you dumbasses have. Ripping up my fucking clothes, dude.
Oh, he loves you.
Shut up.
So man, that guy has a guy, and in this movie itself, you got Dean Cundy doing the cinematography. So I mean, this was a big one.
Oh, for sure,
And
dude.
let's face it, I mean, when this movie came out, when it came out, you never saw the effects. This was like groundbreaking effects.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I fucking love vampires as well. Body Bags is great too, but he he did with him and Toby Hooper,
Right.
and he actually acted in that. That was kind of like a him trying to do like his own like Tales from the Crypt type movie. Um, but that was cool. I always thought that was cool. Yeah, I mean, just talk about a guy, man, that just fucking uh, the hits just kept coming, man. He was killing it, and this was a guy that, when Halloween first came out, because he technically, most people think Halloween would be his first movie, but it was Dark Star. I'm sorry,
Dark Story, yeah, I did that in college.
and coming out of in college, and this is the guy who did the script for Alien,
Heavy Metal.
Living Dead, Heavy Metal. I mean, it's just crazy. Which that would probably be one of my. I'm not too crazy about that movie. It's not bad, but
Which one?
it's a Dark Star. I'm not that.
Yeah, it's a sci-fi parody, and it's very low budget. I like it for what it is.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I just it's not one of my favorites.
It's a beach ball.
But Assault on Precinct
beach ball with feet.
13. That was his first movie, I believe, like on his own, and that movie is really fucking good. That's a really good movie.
Well, I'm talking about the original, not the remake.
What?
Yeah, you're probably thinking of the remake with Hawks.
Huh?
Assault on Precinct, think Larry Fishburne.
I'm talking about the one that John Carpenter did.
Right, I saw the first one.
I'm pretty sure they did like a remake in the early 2013 or something.
Yeah, he didn't have, I don't think he had anything to do with the remake, but the original one was his.
That's what I'm saying. Why are you saying there's a remake with Larry Fishburne?
There is a remake.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Right, with Ethan Hawke. The remake is good, but I don't think he had anything to do with it.
I know. I'm talking about the one that he did.
Right.
Why are you confused?
His is a lot more grindhouse, and the remake was a lot more Hollywood.
Yeah, his is way more grindhouse. I don't even remember who's in. Oh yeah, Ethan Hawke and Larry Fishburne.
Yeah, it was good. It was a decent.
He had nothing to do with that. He probably just got credit. He probably got credit for creating the characters or whatever, maybe. But yeah, no, I always known. I was not talking about that whatsoever. I'm talking about the original one that came out in the 70s.
Right.
Yeah, that's a fucking slept on movie, dude. What did he do second? Was it Halloween or was it? What did he do second? Fuck.
Halloween was 78. Assault on Precinct 13 was probably 76. Dark Star was 73. But yeah, I love the. Of course, the vast majority of stuff is with Kurt Russell because he did so well with him. But
yeah, I was gonna say Kurt Russell was awesome back then. I mean, and he kind of really gave Kurt Russell like a start in a way. Like people don't really think about that because he was
he made him a star.
He was he was a movie star, but he was like Disney, and he was trying to
get out of Disney. He was a Disney, right?
Trying to get out of that wheelhouse, like kind of like how we were talking about with Jim Carrey and Chevy Chase. He was stuck in that wheelhouse, and this was kind of like got him out and made him more of a serious.
He did a lot of TV before he did the Disney stuff. So
that Elvis was a TV movie, but yeah, it was Dark Star.
When he was a kid,
Halloween. Yeah. He did 2 TV movies in a row. Someone's Watching Me, which I've never seen. That is that any good?
I've never seen it.
It has a 6.6 on IMDb. It must be decent.
Yeah.
He had that. He had Halloween and Someone's Watching Me come out the same year, 78. Then he did Elvis in 79. Then he did The Fog in 80, Escape from New York in 81, The Thing in 82, Christine in 83, Starman in 84. Big Trouble in 86, Prince of Darkness 87, They Live in 88. I mean, year after
Yeah.
year, banger after banger, year after year. And then he did in 92 Memoirs of Invisible Man. So he took a break for like 4 years. But I bet he was writing scripts and all that, chilling out. And then he did Body Bags in 93. And
No, you know what he was doing?
he did Village of the Damned too with Christopher Reeve. And that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
not, that, that's not his best, but
You know
I
what he was
still,
doing in those 4 years?
and that, what? Blowing
He was,
Coke?
he was banging Adrian Barbeau
I bet, man. I don't blame him.
because that was his wife.
Yeah, it sure was. And he's got a son. He's got like 2 sons, I believe, with her. And he did Escape from LA in 96, Vampires in 98, Ghost of Mars in 2001. And then he worked on Masters of Horror in 2005 to 2006. Then he did the last thing he did was The Ward in 2010. But it looks like he did come back to direct an episode of that John Carpenter's Suburban Screams, which was very weird. I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, that was kind of strange.
Ratings. Yeah, it was like it was like true crime ish. I don't know. It's very weird.
Yeah, he's pretty much semi-retired now, but I like to see him come back and do something.
Yeah, it seems he just works on music now.
Right.
Yeah, Black Moon Rising. Well, I'll have to check that out. I've never heard of that at all.
We'll do it on Discord because I got the Blu-ray.
You do have that? Nice.
Yeah.
Linda Hamilton's in that.
Linda Hamilton.
I gotta look at. I never really looked at his screenplay stuff. I've always just looked at his stuff, everything he's directed.
Yeah.
I don't think he did a lot of like screenplays. I think most of the stuff he worked on, he directed.
Right.
But yeah, man. So The Thing, man. I actually, I got 5 copies because I have the VHS of The Thing behind me. And it's a fucking pristine copy too, man. So The Thing, man, is something I watched like with my grandpa and my dad back in the day, man. So it is something that was super. This movie was, instilled in me when I was little kid, man, and just means a lot to me, man. It's one of my all-time favorites. Like I said, do you remember when you first watched The Thing back in the day? And what you thought of it?
I saw it in movies. I saw it when it came out. I saw it when it came out in the theaters.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. What did you think back then?
Oh, I loved it.
This wasn't because after Halloween and all that even didn't hit at first. That hit like months down, or maybe even a year later. That was back when movies.
No, this was a pretty big hit. This was a big hit right from the get going. From
what I've heard, it wasn't. From
what, The Thing?
It wasn't. Yeah, The Thing was not a big hit. They said it was too gory.
It was a
thing.
It was a big hit with the horror people. I mean, they knew they had something.
Okay. Yeah,
it did well.
Who was it? Who were those two?
Without a doubt, the thing that made the thing huge and a cult classic was HBO. They ran it all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I was a huge fan of the original '50s one. I still, as I told you before, I still think that's my favorite version of it. But I love the Carpenter one. And of course, we did a great show on the '50s movie, which is a lost episode because I didn't record it. And you spent the entire show not telling me it wasn't being recorded. Hey, I don't think we recorded it. I go, shit. It was a good one, too.
No, you didn't notice until...
I was stoned, man. Cut me some slack. I was smoking,
We'll review it. We'll review it again.
But we'll have to do it again. We'll have to do it again. But I love the '50s one.
That's a great movie anyways, so...
And I don't hate... Some people hate it. I don't hate the 2011 prequel. I thought was pretty good. That leads into this movie.
No, I just think I wish because they originally had planned to use practical effects, and then they went like full CGI, and that's where it pissed me off because the CGI looks really bad in some spots. But I don't think it's a bad movie. It's not.
Does it look as bad as the monkeys from Gladiator 2?
I think it looks worse. It's not nearly as good as the original, but it's a nice little. Well, that's a prequel, but it's nice that you can like watch that and literally put on John Carpenter's, and it's like the second that the prequel ends, John Carpenter starts. So it's cool to be able to do that, but it really doesn't fill in much that you need. Like,
no, it's unnecessary. It didn't have to be made. You don't really need to see any of that.
If you're a huge fan, it's still cool. You know what I mean? It's still cool.
Well,
Like,
I think it was bad that they did like a prequel as opposed to doing like a total blown remake of it.
right, right. No, definitely, because I think they knew that they just couldn't do that. I think they knew that there was no fucking way that they were ever going to be able to pull that
Right.
shit off. Um, yeah.
And
So
I think eventually they'll do another remake of that movie. It's been 40 years. We'll see another one.
I could see
20
that
years.
happen one day. So we have great characters in this. Obviously, Kurt Russell would probably be. Um,
Yeah, all the characters are great in this.
what?
The old guy played by Wilford Brimley, Donald Moffat playing Gary. Keith David was fantastic in it. Of course, he's at the end there. The guy who plays Windows was good.
Yeah.
They were all good. I mean, there wasn't really a bad one in the bunch.
No, not at all. I was gonna say, who would be your favorite though?
Probably Keith David. I like him. I like the Donald Moffat character good. The only thing that's a little wonky in the movie, if you really pay attention to it, it's like some of these things, like how did the creature take over some of these people, which they were never alone or whatever, but yet they got taken over somehow.
Yeah.
But it's still that just adds to the whole paranoia part of it.
For sure.
But this story has been done. It was originally based on a novel by William Campbell, I believe it is, called Who Goes There? And it's been adapted. I think the Outer Limits even did a version of this same story.
Yeah.
So it's been adapted quite a bit.
Oh, I didn't know that. That we'll have to see if that's for real, because I would definitely like to check that out.
Yeah, it was totally different. I mean, they've adapted it and they've changed it quite a bit every time they've done it.
Oh, really?
As you were saying before, even the 50s one is different. It's not doesn't use the same. It's similar, but it's different in that it doesn't have the taking over of different people and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. Kurt Russell is obviously my favorite, but I would maybe say my second favorite would be what's his name? The guy who's sitting in the chair and he's like, "Get me out of the fucking chair now."
Donald Moffat.
Yeah, he's great. All of them are great, man. It's just all around. It's a great cast.
Played in the TV version of Logan's Run. He was good in that too.
I was gonna say we gotta do our favorite like practical effects scene, but before I do my favorite, like I'd probably say one of my favorite scenes though that like it has practical effects in it, but it wouldn't consider it a practical effects scene like the one that probably both of us are gonna end up saying. But I love the blood scene, as most do. That I remember back when I was a kid, how tension filled that scene was, man. Just all of them tied up and them going, one by one, figuring out who it was, and especially when that blood goes, and jumps out, and it's just a fucking brilliantly done scene. And I remember John Carpenter was saying in the commentary that there was some shit going on in the world too, where that kind of like hit really hard. Like there's something going on with blood. I don't know if it might have been the AIDS epidemic. I don't know. It might have been something else. But yeah, man, that was just a fucking fantastic, brilliantly done scene with the music. And yeah, Keith David is great, man. And this and they live him and Roddy with that fight scene. But my favorite fucking practical effects scene is everything in this is done so well. Rob Bottin,
What I said when we were watching, my favorite is the whole scene with the head and the spider. When the spider thing was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I'm guessing too, a part of that is when they go to take the shock paddles and they go right in the chest, and the fucking mouth clamps the arms, bites them right off, and you get the little spider head and
the spider. The spider goes walking out the door and back. slinking out.
Or
That's probably my favorite scene.
do the classic line, um, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" Just, just such a fucking great scene, man. Hey, you have a favorite scene? Obviously, I know like just a favorite scene that doesn't have to be like practical effects driven.
Oh, I love the scene where Wilford Brimley's going nuts on the computer and stuff like that, and they're tying him up, bringing him everything. I'm okay, man. I'm all right now. I'm not gonna hurt nobody now.
I'm okay, guys. I'm okay.
I can come out.
You're not understanding. I want to go inside. Like, are you not understanding what I'm saying? Yeah, man, he was great.
Yeah, the movie gave you a very big alien vibe too to this movie too.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. They Yeah, and just the atmosphere too. I mean, it's a great. That was another reason why I wanted to do this during this time of year, just because, this is a movie I always watched around November, December. During a snowstorm. This is just a guilty pleasure for me.
Well, I didn't even think X Files. Remember the episode of the X Files where Scully and Mulder go on that submarine that's in the Arctic, and they're in the submarine, and the creatures going through and hunting them, and it could take different forms. It's called the episode is called Ice, and it's very similar to this.
Huh.
Well worth watching again.
Yeah, I'm sure. I love the X Files. I'll have to check that out. I wonder if that's on. If you ripped that episode, we might have to watch that.
Yeah, it's an early episode. It's like in the first, second season, something like that.
If it's in the first few, I definitely because last year during this time of year, I actually was binging. I binged like the first 3 seasons.
Right. Yeah, so definitely this is one of my favorite. It's up there in his movies.
8th episode in the first season. So it was in the first damn season.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, we might have to watch that after this, man. That'd be fun to watch. Yeah, though, man. I mean, just a great fucking cast too. Great score. This is. I love too. Just John Carpenter. Every score was so different, man. He was just a great musician.
Yeah, I mean, he was big on the electronic stuff, but still, it was different and varied enough.
Yeah, and that was part of that time,
Right.
He really brought. After he did that, man, everybody started copying him with that. So they might not have been doing it themselves, but they were trying to copy that, that synthy. And that's what everybody remembers. When you talk to people and they're like, what kind of like horror score do you like? They always like, I love the synth. I love that. I love that classic 80s horror synth. So yeah, man, I just such a legendary movie. Kurt Russell is just so great as MacReady. Childs is, Keith David as Childs. It's just such a great movie, and the ending too. And that's the thing. John Carpenter has never ever discuss the ending. He will not tell you anything, and that's what he loves. He loves to hear people. Is the alien still alive? Is it Childs? Is Childs the alien? Is MacReady the alien? Or are they both just gonna die out there? Like scared shitless of.
I'm assuming, but they both froze to death at some point.
Yeah, they definitely. I'm sure. Or was one of them the alien? One alien survivor. Maybe they got saved. Maybe the help came in time. That's the great thing. Yeah, Faculty. That's another great one. Yeah, because this has like a pod type vibe in it. Obviously, and
right.
It has a few things kind of thrown in there. Just a great fucking movie. I like to believe that Palmer was a thing and he was smoking grass with a roommate. Let's see what else. What other comments we got? Carpenter said he believes his career would have been different if this film would have been successful. Yeah, see, I told you, man, this movie technically was not successful. It, like you said, like to the horror group, they probably loved it, but to a lot of like regular people, this was disgusting. And
right, well, yeah, because obviously it was
It was not
There
horror.
was a time when they were toning down stuff.
Halloween had barely any blood in it.
Right.
It was a lot more artsy, where this was, this was over the top,
Yeah, it definitely is one of his most gory films.
Yeah, I'd say probably is the most gory. The dog's actor was awesome as well. Yeah, the dog was great. I believe the CGI in the prequel turned people away. I do too. So it had a decent cast. It didn't have a great cast like this one, but it had a decent one. Got lots of negative reviews and didn't make a lot of money. Yeah, it definitely. Yeah, it didn't make a lot of money. I'm sure though on not in the theaters, but on the backside and the VHS and the rentals, it made it. I'm sure it made its money back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, chill. John Carpenter's my favorite too, bro. Hell yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, could you tell me what your top 5 Carpenter is real quick? Because before we get into the rating in a minute.
Well, obviously, Escape from New York would be 1.
Yeah, I know that.
Halloween would probably be 2. The Thing would probably be 3. The Fog would probably be 4. And five, it's not Escape from LA. Unfortunately, I like the movie, but it's not. Wouldn't be that. Probably Starman.
Really? Yeah, I gotta watch that one.
But he has so many good movies. It's hard to really pick a top 5.
Well, as Starman, Elvis, and Someone's Watching Me are the only 3 I haven't watched by him. Which I didn't even know he did Someone's Watching Me. I was just...
Yeah.
Was that 5?
That was 5.
Yeah, mine, and like I said, these could kind of go around. At least 1 and 2 could vary. I'd probably say The Thing would be first, then Halloween, then probably Big Trouble Little China, then Christine, and then Escape from New York. Maybe actually, well, yeah, probably, yeah, that would be, because I always Christine. I always liked Christine more as a kid. I didn't like Christine. All those I've loved since a kid. Escape from New York, I didn't really appreciate that until I was like 14. Where the other ones I loved like from day one. Like Escape from New York kind of took me a while to a little bit more to appreciate.
Yeah, Escape from New York I saw in the theater. I loved that from day one.
But yeah, like as a kid, that one, it didn't, you know what I mean? Like it was cool, but I didn't appreciate it like it should have been appreciated. Oh my God, dude. And then like I have to throw in They Live as an honorable mention. You know?
Right.
Honestly, if I was to say like from a childhood, it would be They Live. And then I would like Escape from New York would be 6. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, They Live actually might be 5. But dude, it's so tough, man. I could almost throw like a bunch of those movies could get ties. Like it's tough, man. John Carter, and like there's not many like if we talk about Tobe Hooper, Wes Craven, like a lot of them like I couldn't sit here and like be like, oh no, it'd be this. It'd be like it's so fucking hard. He has such a great filmography. It's so hard. Like Wes Craven to me, like it's like just screaming nightmare. And Hills Have Eyes, and I'm not even a big fan of his original.
Well, People Under the Stairs is good.
People Under the Stairs, yes, yeah. But I'm not even like a big fan of Last House on the Left. I gotta rewatch that one. But yeah, I like the remake of Hills Have Eyes better.
Swamp Thing. I love Swamp Thing.
People on the Stairs is one of my favorites though too. But yeah, like we said, Toby Hooper is one of the weakest.
Swamp Thing's got Adrian Barbeau bathing in the nude. What more do you want?
Oh my gosh, what more do you want? But yeah, man, John Carpenter is just a fucking living legend, man. Living legend, dude, and always will be my all-time favorite, if not director, but favorite horror director by far. By far, you know. Yeah, man, just fucking.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, it's an easy 5, easy 5. Yeah, Red Eye is a good Wes Craven too. It's a very.
I forgot about Red Eye, but yeah, Red Eye is a good movie.
Red Eye is good. I love honestly, I love a lot of Wes Craven films. They just don't hit the same level as like, you know, John Carpenter's Big Trouble, They Live, Christine, you know. Serpent in the Rainbow, yes, that would probably be, I might put that over one of those.
Hey, didn't Carpenter do In the Mouth of Madness too?
Yes. And that would be, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I keep forgetting. That would be like 7 maybe. I'm saying, like, it's hard to do a top 5. Like, it's a top 10, like, easy for me. Like,
you keep on pulling out these Carpenter movies.
Saying, bro, dude, he has such a good filmography. He has such a good fucking filmography.
Yeah, he didn't really put out anything that you could say was a down out stinker. No. You know what I mean?
No, people would say like Ghost of Mars. Even The Ward isn't like a stinker. It's just, you know, he was older and there was a lot of studio drama with that. And
Ghost of Mars is probably, I think, his cheesiest film, but it was still fun.
Dude, I fucking love Ghost of Mars.
It was definitely his most cheesiest film, but it was fun.
Cheesy for sure, but I have fun as fuck with that film. That was a fun ass movie. I actually was debating on getting the 4K of that. That I fucking love. That's a great movie, man.
I think your appraisal of vampires is right on the money in the fact that he killed off a team way too early in that movie.
Way too early.
Like in the first 10 minutes, they're all dead.
Yeah.
What's the point?
I know, but it's still a great movie.
Yeah.
But I wish we could have got them for like at least like 30, 45 minutes. You know what I mean? I feel like.
No, I also think Vampires was trying to cash in a little bit on From Dusk to Dawn. Don't you think that?
Was that around the same time?
I think it was.
I think it was too.
And Dusk to Dawn was a much better movie.
Yeah, but Dusk Till Dawn is, you know, a little bit more.
It has some comedy in it too, but
comedy and the vampires are.
Yippee-ki-yay! You hit Billy Zane in that movie. I still love.
Yeah. But I love vampires, man. Fucking, oh god, I love the vampires in that. I just wish we got to know the crew more, and it would have hit harder when they got. Right. It would have hit harder, like, as you know, like as watchers, but you know what I mean, like. You get the family dynamic in like the first 10, 15 minutes, but it's like if we could have got more of that, it really would have hit harder. I don't know why. I don't know if it was like money or something, you know, but that's my only gripe about that.
The other movie kind of reminded me of it. Well, the other movie I like better than Vampires was Near Dark. Near Dark was a better film too.
Near Dark. Yeah, I would put Near Dark. Yeah, I would put Near Dark over that too. Lost Boys is my all-time favorite vampire movie. Lost Boys, and then probably Fright Night, then Near Dark. Yeah. And then maybe Vampires. I don't know. I'd have to think harder. Fucking Interview with a Vampire. That's another great one. Yeah, I guess it would have been. Dusk Till Dawn was 96, and
speaking of vampires
was 98. Yeah, Billy Zane isn't in Dusk Till Dawn, Evan said.
Oh no, I think Billy Zane was in that. It was in that other one, the Tales
from the Crypt.
In the Crypt,
which is still like it has that like same set designs. I know. Yeah. That was when you said that. I was like,
I love Billy Zane though.
Yeah, Tales from the Demon Knight. That's another fucking great movie. I wonder if we've done it. I think we've done it.
Speaking of vampires, if you're a vampire fan, stay tuned in January. Boy, do we have a good month of vampire movies in January.
Oh yeah, yeah, yep. What's up, Billy? Yeah, we got us a little vampire month coming in January, and December we'll be having a Who Done It month, and January will be vampire month. So, got some good stuff coming because we got Nosferatu, the new movie coming out in theaters Christmas Day. So figured we'd celebrate.
And I picked every one of the movies in January.
Yeah.
And they don't suck.
No, they definitely don't. They're all incredible movies. They're all awesome.
Right.
Man, I love Billy Zane and the Phantom. I love the Phantom.
Yeah, the Phantom is a good movie. We gotta do that one at some point. I haven't seen that in ages.
That's a great film. Nobody talks about that.
One of the better comic book movies.
Yep.
Another one that was a fantastic movie everybody forgets about too is remember Alec Baldwin in The Shadow.
Yes, that's one bit me and you have been wanting to watch too.
Yeah,
Shadow's good. You gotta watch that.
Do that on Discord.
Yeah.
Do a superhero week, obscure superhero weeks.
Yeah. It looks like everybody's on the same page though, man. Everybody's giving this 5. I don't know. Evan, did you rate it?
Yeah, it's a 5. 5. It's a 5.5 actually. It's 5.
Yeah, dude, it's a 10. If we're giving it a 5, it's a 10.
Don't even have to think about that. It's a
5. Two Gun gave it a 5. Oh yeah, Evan said I'd give the thing a 5 for sure.
A lot of Carpenter movies would be 5 in my book. Halloween, Escape from New York, all 5s.
He has so many 5s, it's not even funny. Not even funny. So yeah, man, that's a fucking the Thing is just one of the great. If you've never seen it, man, one of the greatest films of all time. One of the greatest sci-fi horror movies ever, dude. And kind of has like a whodunit, you know, who is it? Maybe who done it, but who is it? But yeah, so yeah, dude, can't believe we're already out of fucking November's and we'll be hitting December next week, and we'll be doing like I said, we'll be doing a whodunit month, and we're gonna be doing this movie called Werewolves Within, which is kind of like it's a whodunit comedy horror monster movie. So I remember I watched it and I actually really enjoyed it. I think it's based off of a book or something, but I've been wanting to get the Steelbook for a while. It has this black guy who's normally known for comedy stuff, but it's also got a win. It's also like based around like a snowstorm that's happening in a small town. So I thought that would be cool for December, you know. Because obviously there are a lot of great whodunits, but for some reason, just with the winter vibe, that's why I threw it in. So figured why not. And you know I love music. And then we also have werewolves coming and the Wolfman. So I was like, let's throw a werewolf movie in there. Quit it, June. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing next week. And Scarpad man has him a fucking 2-stacker. We got a little show and tell.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go through this quick.
Why?
So you want to do yours first?
Go ahead. You go first.
All right.
I only have.
All right, picked up used. I got Puppet Masters, which we did on Discord from Kino with the slip, and this came out a long time ago. It's out of print. So Puppet Masters, we enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that was dope.
These are mostly all Black Friday stuff. I picked up the Max Fleischer Superman cartoons from the 30s and 40s, and on Blu-ray. One I didn't have, I picked up Brightburn on 4K. Another one I didn't have, I picked up Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory on 4K.
Oh, nice.
Unbreakable on 4K. Signs on 4K.
Yeah.
Keep It Coming, The Sixth Sense on 4K.
Come on.
Smoke and Mirrors, the Tom Savini story.
That's a great documentary.
on DVD, the English dub of the second Godzilla movie, Godzilla Raids Again.
Multi-airs already?
Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't think so. I've been looking for this one, Frankenstein Conquers the World, or Frankenstein versus Baragon.
Yeah, I want that.
This was on sale, and I remember this show from the 80s, if anybody remembers this or not. The Ray Bradbury Theater. It's 65 episodes, had a lot of good actors. It was Shatner and Goldblum, and it's kind of like a Twilight Zone, but more science fiction-ish. One of the movies we'll be doing in January, we'll slip it in right now because I picked up the Blu-ray of it. The original 79 Klaus Kinski version of Nosferatu, the vampire. This is one of these movies I saw on the In Search of Darkness. When you watch that movie and you sit there and you say, "Do you have this? How much is this?" I picked up this William Friedkin movie called The Guardian, which looked fantastic from what they shown on the. And I like me some William Friedkin, so I picked that up. I'm going to watch that on Discord some night. We watched this one on Discord, so I picked the 4K. I love this movie, Mute Witness from the 90s. I thought this was excellent. Very Hitchcocky. Oh, I'm getting blurry. From the 80s, or 70s, actually. This was a miniseries done on TV called The Martian Chronicles, a 3-part miniseries with Rock Hudson. It was very good. Kino Lorber. A movie I kind of liked. I would have liked it better if there was more of the team in it, but the Ministry of Unjust Warfare on 4K. A fantastic movie that finally got released on 4K from Alfred Hitchcock. North by Northwest. Come on, focus.
Go to the fucking suck, dude. You already ripped up.
With Cary Grant. Really good movie.
Yeah, you were saying that's good.
Mighty Joe Young on Blu-ray.
I want to snag that puppy.
Another DVD from the original Godzilla in English. All Monsters Attack. Come on, focus up. I'm blurry again. Actually known in Japan as Godzilla's Revenge, or here Godzilla's Revenge. On VHS, probably one of my favorite Toho monster movies.
Way down.
War of the Gargantuas. Look at that cover. Full Moon was put this out. It was like $100 originally, but they put it out for $30 on Blu-ray. The Eurocene collection. This is just Franco movies. Angel of Death, Panther Squad with Sybil Danning, Downtown Heat, Countdown to Esmeralda Bay, Mania Killer with from the director of Burial Ground, which I'm sporting a T-shirt of. We'll have to watch Mania Killer. It also has Chuck Connors in it from Tourist Trap, and Night of the Eagles. One of the movies that was only ever on DVD but finally got released on 4K. This is a Sam Raimi film called A Simple Plan.
Great movie. With
Billy Bob Thornton and Bill Paxton and Bridget Fonda. If you haven't seen this movie, excellent movie.
Excellent movie.
One I watch every year, of course, White Christmas in 4K just got released.
I don't think I ever seen that. I'd love 4K of that. Probably my pick for the best released horror film of 2024 that came out of nowhere. Dark Harvest would get it in 2023, and in 2024 it would be Beazle. Yeah, I didn't know that I was getting a Blu-ray. I wanted to pick that up.
Dylan recommended me to get this. I haven't watched it yet. The Found Footage Phenomena, a Shudder documentary.
Yeah, that's a good documentary.
Kino Cult comes back with a movie from the 70s called 1,000 Convicts and a Woman.
Oh, no.
Another movie from the 70s, Kino Cult, #1 of the Secret Service. They have the best covers on these Kino movies. Finally picked this up because it was on sale. I got the slip for it. I can't believe it. On 4K, Talk to Me.
Wow. That was like the most popular movie of 2023 or 2022, whenever it came out. And you got The Slip. That's wild.
And then came out last week, season 2 of House of the Dragon on Steelbook.
Nice. That's a cool. I like that Steelbook a lot better than the first seasons.
Something me and Dylan just watched the MetaQuest. We watched Airplane 2, the sequel. Finally picking up some of these Marvel movies I didn't have because they were wicked expensive. I got for like $10, Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
You know, I don't think they had fucking Roy, the Puff doll, in the second Airplane.
I thought he was there at the end. I'm not sure though.
Or maybe it was at the end. I don't know.
I got Star Trek: The Motion Picture on 4K Steelbook. Fletch from Kino Lorber, Chevy Chase. And last but certainly not least, Volume 4 of the Looney Tunes collection on Blu-ray. So that's basically what I picked up this week.
That's it.
There's more coming, but it hasn't gotten here yet, so we'll show those next week.
How much was a White Christmas?
That was like $19 on Black Friday.
Oh, okay.
It just came out, so that's not bad.
Yeah, no, that's not bad. It just came out. Yeah, so as you showed, I got the found footage phenomenon as well. Which this isn't RLJE. This is actually Shutter. If you notice that, because usually, like Shutter doesn't do these clear cases. Looks like there's a booklet in here. But yeah, I wonder if this is Shutter's like first release. It says 005, so I don't know if maybe this is the 5th release. I don't know, but I hope they keep putting their releases out because there is stuff that Shutter hasn't released through RLJE, like the Sharksploitation documentary, which I'm really hoping that was I love like shark horror movies and just shark movies, period. So
Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet.
That's a great documentary, man. And Roger Corman's in that.
Right.
Because he did Piranha, all those classics. I had to snag this. I'm waiting on Shawshank to come, but I got The Green Mile on 4K. It's $10. The Green Mile and Shawshank are I watch these movies yearly. I love both of these.
Yeah, they're both good. I like Shawshank better, but Green Mile is good too.
I always liked Green Mile better, but as I've gotten older, I would say I like Shawshank better. But growing up, I always liked the Green Mile better. I always liked it. I remember having like a big ass 2-case. It was either 2 or 3 VHS tapes. I think it was 2.
Oh, and actually, Shout Factory just announced they're putting out Humanoids from the Deep in 4K.
Yeah. But Frank Darabont's just classic Stephen King. So I can't wait to watch that and Shawshank on 4K.
I'm not sure who Alexis Texas is, but it sounds good. Message in a Butthole. I'd buy that.
What?
Billy said what Scarp Ad isn't showing it is Message in a Butthole with Alexis Texas. It sounds good, whatever it is.
I don't know. And then Kevin Costner's Horizon, Chapter 1.
I got that the week before.
Yeah. $10 on 4K. Figured I know this movie's supposed to look beautiful, so I was like, $10. And Scarphead said he got The Slip, so I was like, I'll check it out. I love Kevin Costner.
Well, I started watching it on my Plex there when I downloaded it a long time ago, but the movie didn't have any subtitles, so like when all the Indians and stuff are talking, it's like I don't know what the hell's going on in this movie. I gotta wait till
I was gonna say I remember us talking about that.
Now, I think there still is parts of that movie where the Indians are talking and they don't subtitle it because they don't want you to know what they're saying, but it's in the Kevinoing.
Yeah, but no, I watched, and there definitely is subtitles for
right.
They talk, so that's not the case. But this has a great cast. It has, oh my God, what the hell is his name from Merle from Walking Dead?
I think what killed that movie is the fact that part 1 is all set up for part 2. And they got so many storylines going that people just couldn't follow it, and it's like a 3-hour movie. So
it's one of those where it's like they do that, where it's better if this should have came out like on Netflix, where it's like they drop part 1.
It should have been a miniseries on HBO or Netflix.
Kind of like what they did with that Zack Snyder shit that fucking
And then the worst thing comes to worst. Then they filmed 2 of the movies and they scrubbed the one that never came out. Who knows when it's going to come out? I heard it's going to go directly on Netflix now, but
yeah. And I know you were saying it's supposed to get 3 chapters.
he was supposed to make 3. Yeah.
Wow. So and I know this is like 3 hours long. So what was he planning to do? Like a 9-hour movie?
It was supposed to be a 9-hour movie.
Holy shit. But yeah, I hope it's good. You know, and I mean, I fucking hope we get.
I saw the first hour of it, and the first hour was really good. So
I was gonna say it seems good. I mean, from what I've seen, it looks really good. I just, I think it's, people don't like chapter 1. They don't like hearing that. I'm gonna go
like The Strangers chapter 1.
Movie. What was that?
Like The Strangers chapter 1.
Yeah, I guess, but that's coming out a lot quicker. Where who knows when this is gonna come out? Hey, what's up, Chris?
Well, he filmed the first 2 together.
Did he?
So it was supposed to come out pretty quick, and it was supposed to come out, and they delayed it because the first one bombed so badly.
But yeah, so it's like people just don't. I don't think they want to go, but they don't know when chapter 2 is coming. So it's like you go in for a 3-hour movie, and you're.
Well, you did know. You did know it was supposed to be coming out in like July, and they scrubbed it.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, they announced it, and then they scrubbed it.
Well, why the fuck would they scrub it? That's dumb as fuck.
Because that one bombed so badly. Bombed horrifically.
I guess they're probably trying to find a way. Just put it out on HBO fucking Max then.
That's what they're gonna do, I think.
Okay. Yeah, because I definitely still want to see it, and I still want to fucking be able to buy chapter 2 or chapter 3, whatever, because I want to be able to fucking own all of them. I'll be pissed if they just scrub it completely.
I think chapter 3 may get scrubbed.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt, but if they filmed it, chapter 2 is still coming out.
Oh, it's still gonna come out, unless they Catwoman it.
Yeah, and last but not
least, Batgirl it.
Mad Max Saga Furiosa, and I was super pumped to get to slip with this. I thought Chris Hemsworth was fucking awesome. He was my favorite part in this whole movie, and this was only $10, so gonna beat that. Yeah, I went super fucking light this Black Christmas, man.
Yeah, I still got my.
There was a lot of good stuff, but a lot of that stuff I noticed was there last year. So I'm like, I don't got that much money this year, so I'll wait. I'll get that shit like 300. A lot of these movies that are old and that I can get whenever, and I'll be able to get them next year because they were on sale last year. So that's why I snagged Horizon and Furiosa. And I've been meaning to want to get Green Mile and Shawshank. Otherwise, I wouldn't have.
Did you get your Godzilla -1 Steelbook, right?
Yeah, I got the Steelbook.
Yeah.
I showed that last show. Yeah, that was another. I did get the Godzilla Kong New Empire. That I'm just waiting for that to come because I got that for $10.
That movie blows.
Well, you own it on Steelbook. Paid $40.
I know. I don't know why. No, I don't think I paid that much for it. But yeah, the movie's not.
Fucking bet you.
Fucking Godzilla sleeps in the Coliseum. Come on.
I bet you.
Like a cat. He sleeps in a fucking little box like a cat. Godzilla.
$3 for a Steelbook for it.
And that scene where Godzilla and Kong are running, that movie sucked. It really did blow.
It suck.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't bad.
I still haven't rewatched it. It tells you something right there. I still haven't watched it. I don't know why I bought it.
Yeah, you would. Because you're a Kong Godzilla.
Right. We had a big debate this week, me and you, and I thought the second Aquaman movie blew chunks, and you like it.
I don't think it blows chunks. I think it's very watchable.
I couldn't. I was hard to even get through the first hour of that movie.
$10 for the 4K, and I was debating on buying it. I know because you wanted to compare it to Wonder Woman 84,
which I haven't watched, so it's unfair to compare that because I haven't watched Wonder Woman
84. Is the most god awful movie I think I've ever fucking seen, and it's the worst fucking probably the worst fucking DC movie ever, dude. And it's like the one for how incredible the first Wonder Woman was.
The only movie I thought was worst was what was that movie they came out with that bombed? Was it the Marvels? Yeah, the Marvels
Well, yeah, that.
Oh my god! I sat there for like the first 45 minutes. I said, what? It almost seemed like I
That
missed
was
a part of the movie. The movie's on. I'm going, did I miss like the first hour of this movie?
dude,
It's like it
that I
made no
don't get
sense.
it. There was a lot of cuts in it that were just like it felt like they just cut so much of that movie out.
It's like, what am I watching? I mean, it was just horrible.
That movie was fucking terrible. Um,
I
yeah,
haven't watched Madam Web, but I can pretty much say I bet Madam Web
that
is
was
better than that movie.
that was fucking terrible too. Aquaman 2 though, I thought that was good. I mean, I guess maybe like after seeing like Madam Web, Wonder Woman 84 and dog
I
shit like
guess.
that, Aquaman 2 doesn't seem that bad. But it's still James Wan, and it definitely had some issues, but I don't
Right.
think it was bad by any means. I thought it was still I thought it was pretty watchable. I mean, I only watched it once, but
Mhm.
it was more just to add it to the collection because I do like Momoa, and yeah, I didn't think it was terrible. I just just like how what was that movie, man, we watched and everybody was shitting on it. There's been so many movies that people just shit on it. Me and you will watch and we're like, it's
Right.
not that bad, like.
I mean, there
But
are
then
movies that definitely there are movies that deserve it, like
so many
fucking
movies that we
the
go
movie.
to
The
and
movie.
people are saying they're the fucking best shit since fucking
Right.
like ever, and we go and see them and they're dog shit.
Yeah,
So
I mean, the new Venom movie is terrible, and there's movies that bomb, like the Last Voyage of the Detmer, the meter that should have did
that was
better.
people shit on that. That was great.
Renfield that should have done better.
Yeah, Renfield was another great one. Yeah. So yeah.
Abigail should have done better.
Yep. Yep. For sure. Yeah, I just don't think people are going to the movies like they used to. I think that's a big part of it. And because they know, just like me and you, we're big movie goers, going to the movie.
Actually, this is another movie that kind of bombed that did that pretty good. Sting. I
Yeah,
enjoyed Sting.
that was good. But it's like there's movies where me and you we kind of we'll wait for it to come out and we see what the public's saying and we see how it's going at the box office. So we're like, yeah, might as well not waste the money because it's going to be out in 2 weeks on digital.
Right.
But then if it's something that we really, really want to see, we might not give a fuck and we might go see it. Or we might be like, nah, we'll just wait because it's going to be on digital in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, there's some movies like Gladiator 2. I should have probably went to see that in the movie. It wasn't a terrible movie. It was actually a pretty good movie. It just wasn't the first movie. Didn't have the emotional weight of the first movie.
Yeah,
But it was okay.
This first one's a fucking 10. I still got to finish the second one, but from what I've seen, I think the second one's, on maybe like a 7.
Yeah.
7 out of 10. The first one's a fucking perfect movie, though.
Right.
Yeah, Billy said Aquaman 2 is not bad. Dolph Lundgren run around with a laser water gun is first admission. Yeah, I don't think it's bad at all. It definitely has issues. It's not as good as the first one, but I've seen way, way worse, man. And yeah, I was just debating because it's 4K for $10. I thought that would maybe be worth it, but I didn't even pick it up. But
another movie people hated on that I enjoyed, The Flash.
Yeah, me too. I know my brother Evan loved that movie as well.
I mean, he just hated on it because of the guy playing The Flash,
Yep. But I still liked it, and I thought he did actually pretty good.
He'd be good. He still wouldn't be my first pick for the role, but he did okay.
Yeah. No, definitely not. Definitely not my first pick for him as Flash. But yeah. But
cool, man. So what are we doing next week?
Next week we're doing Werewolves Within.
Oh yeah.
Which it might be on Shudder.
I bought that. I'll have to watch my
Batman v Superman director's cut is a masterpiece. Yeah, a lot of people have always said that. I don't know if I did. I like it, but it's hard for me. Like I love Batman in that.
It's not.
Batman is great in that, but
that's
his opinion.
I know. It's like the Justice League Snyder cut. It sucks less, but it still sucks. It's like season 3 of Star Trek Picard. It sucks less, but it still sucks.
It doesn't suck.
I hate the fact that the whole thing, they stopped fighting because the mothers are both named Martha. I mean, come on.
bro, it's so brilliant though.
Right. My mother's name is Martha. Man of Steel's kind of sucked
Boys
too.
mine, let's be best friends.
Yeah. I didn't like Man of Steel either, so.
I didn't like Man of Steel.
Actually, the first 20 minutes of Man of Steel with Russell Crowe wasn't bad.
I like Batman v Superman a lot better.
Henry Cavill was always too much of a Debbie Downer as Superman, man. I don't like grumpy Superman.
I didn't like Jesse Eisenberg as fucking.
Oh God, he was horrible.
Terrible. But Batman, Ben Affleck is a fucking fantastic Batman.
Yeah, Ben Affleck was good, but he just was in not good movies. He got rooked. He got too bad. He didn't have his own better movie.
I wish they would have let him do his own Batman, but he wanted to direct it. He wanted to write it. What they should have let him, because he's done fucking brilliant movies.
Right.
The movies that he's directed and wrote and all that, and then starred in, he was fucking incredible. But they thought, oh, it's Batman, you can't direct, star, and all that. It's like, dude, he can, because he's done plenty of movies.
See, once again, I think he fell in that same trap as George Clooney. George Clooney, I thought, was a great Bruce Wayne, but not a great Batman. And Ben Affleck, I thought, was a pretty good Batman, but not a great Bruce Wayne. So that's an issue.
Yeah, I don't remember what the original ending for The Flash was, but I liked The Flash. I thought it was good.
Yeah, the fact the whole thing hinged on putting a fucking can of clean peaches on the top shelf was pretty stupid. You know.
Yeah.
Put those clean peaches on the top shelf.
I think I blocked that out.
I blocked it out.
Yeah, Werewolves Within is on Shudder. Let's see if it's on anything else. Could be on Tubi or something.
Could be.
But I know you can pick it up pretty cheap. I've been wanting to get the steel for it.
Batman v Superman is one of the greatest comic book movies of all time.
That's his opinion.
I don't care.
Well, nobody gives a fuck about your opinion.
No, I'm only kidding. Who played Lois Lane in that? She was Lois Lane was terrible in that movie too.
Amy
Lois
Adams.
Lane? Amy Adams. Yeah, she wasn't a great Lois Lane. She's all right, but not great.
Nah. What do you think about Henry Cavill if he was ever to play Wolverine? Remember, because the Deadpool?
Yeah, I know he was in Deadpool. I don't know. No, he's getting too old. His time has passed.
You ever see The Wolf of Snow Hollow?
No.
That was a great movie, and it was Robert Forster's last movie.
Never heard of it.
Hey, circumstances. Scarpad's opinion is goated.
It's true.
Don't hype him up that much, Circum. Don't hype him up that much. He'll be fucking walking around with his nuts swinging the rest of the fucking month because of what you just said.
True.
Look at that shit-eating grin he's got on his face right now. It's true. It's true.
We all know Burial Ground is the
best movie. Well, not the best. Best Italian. That Burial Ground's my favorite Italian horror movie.
Very, very good Italian movie. Yes.
That's the best Italian movie ever.
It's true.
It is true. What are you doing?
All right. So next week we got Werewolves Within, and then you can tell us what the week after that is.
No.
Oh, all right.
Tell them next week.
Yeah, tell me though, just in case.
Yeah, I'll tell you, motherfucker. It doesn't matter because they're gonna watch it next week.
One of these weeks we gotta get Two Gun to come on here because we tried to get him on tonight and he wouldn't show his face because of the outstanding warrants and stuff. But we gotta get him on here sometime. I told him he doesn't put the camera on.
Yeah, we'll see.
Even I'm not sure the circumstances. Do you watch movies, Marcus? Because watch a few horror movies. Come on with us.
I don't know if he watches horror movies.
I'm not sure he watches any movies.
He watches UFC and football.
Yeah, but we're not rating those.
Yeah, right. He said one time I was watching football the wrong way and Scarpack kindly corrected me.
Right.
He would do something like that. Still talked about to this day. It's a cult classic. Goated. Hashtag. Yeah, definitely.
One day. One day. One day.
One day. Yeah, so next week, Werewolves Within. Thanks as always, everyone. I hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving with the fams. Hope you guys have a great week. And as always, man, appreciate all y'all coming in, hanging out, and we will catch you guys next time, y'all. Peace out, yo. Have a good night.